Hello Wordsmiths and welcome back to the Wordsmith YouTube channel. Today we are returning to the world of the renegades with Ren and Chinchilla's Chalk Outlines live. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Carl and this is the Wordsmith. It's a channel that is about more than just reactions. It's about exploring music on a deeper level together. Every video that I make here is a breakdown not just of the music and vocals, but the lyrics, the storytelling, and the emotion behind it. If you love music, poetry, and wordsmithing as much as I do, and want to be a part of this community that celebrates it, then please subscribe and let's keep this journey going together. Oh, and by the way, everything you see here is created independently. And my goal is to improve, to grow, and to keep raising the quality, better audio, visuals, and content for you. So if you'd like to play a part in that journey, you can do so by supporting the channel through Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or even Super Thanks, and becoming a YouTube channel member. Alright, that's enough out of me. Massive thank you to everyone. Let's dive straight into it. Alright, let's go. Alright, electric guitar intro, nice.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in.
Oh, great start though.
I hope that I'm someone else in the morning.
Oh, the lyrics already, bruv.
So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine.
Oh, beautiful ascending note there.
And walk around in the floating chalk outline.
Okay, I get it. That's quite brilliant from him. So, Ren being Ren. The verse opens with a confession of inertia. It's a body anchored in the bed it has crawled in, suggesting not rest, but retreat, like an animal curling into itself in defeat. The hope of metamorphosis by morning, that one might awake, reborn, purged of the present self, is at once plaintive and impossibly wistful, an admission of despair disguised as a prayer. So it's all really quite brilliant. The other lyric, the act of taking this one, wash it down, it sounds both medication and anesthetic ritual, a desperate clutch at chemical solace. And there's a paradox in that of modern malaise, where the yearning, not for transcendence, but for simple erasure, to be someone else, to be somewhere else, if only briefly. And you know what, at its heart, this is the lyrics of survival by substitution, the fragile hope that tomorrow may carry a completely different face. And then the final image that he portrays through his lyrics is a floating chalk outline that just drips with grim wit. And it's quite brilliant because the chalk outline is an emblem of crime scenes and loss. And it usually clings to the ground, a forensic reminder of where a life ended. To make it float suggests a ghostly suspension, the self drifting like a spectre through its own despair. To walk around within it is to inhabit both the shell of life and the absence existing and not existing simultaneously. It is an image of haunting by one's own body, of estrangement from self so total it borders on the surreal. I would say it's a very macabre metaphor, because we are reminded that despair is not always loud or dramatic. It may be eerily weightless, an outline of a person untethered from vitality, walking through the world like a sketch of what once was. Alright, so let's take it back and keep it going. This is sounding great.
in a floating chalk outline.
Good vibrato on the top end there.
So it goes, let it be.
Let it be. My mind went to
In
Beatles.
the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe.
Oh, there's a lot to think about there. Those were only 2 or 3 very short lines, but a lot of lyrical weight in them. So here, as far as I can perceive, Ren continues here with resignation. The phrase, but so it goes, let it be. And it's carrying the weary cadence of inevitability. It gestures towards fatalism, the acceptance that suffering, however unjust, is just part of life's rhythm. And yet, unlike the Beatles' gentle mantra of serenity, this utterance is jagged with exhaustion. It does not soothe so much as surrender. There is dignity in his stoic acknowledgement, but also a profound sadness. For to just let it be is to admit that one is powerless against the tide. It is the quiet sigh of a spirit bruised but still articulate enough to frame its affliction in song. And here, obviously, the writer, I'm assuming, being Ren. And another thing, the imagery that is portrayed here of the gallows, that elevates the despair to Shakespearean heights, transforming private struggle into theatre of execution. I mean, when you think about it, to balance on my toes so I can breathe suggests a condemned figure prolonging life by straining upward, every second of existence wrested from suffocation. And it's a bloody chilling metaphor for survival. Breath as a precarious act, life suspended between surrender and resistance. It's a fine line, but it's a line crystallizes the paradox of endurance, that even in extremis, when the noose is all but taut, the instinct to breathe, to persist, still remains. Thus, the chorus binds resignation with defiance, crafting an image at once tragic and heroic. A body in torment, still seeking air, still insisting, however, tenuously upon life. So that's what I've gotten thus far. I know you guys don't mind me going long, so I'm just having fun here. Okay, so let's keep the vibe going. Oh, such great writing, dude. Good lyrics. Ooh. Nice. Great stuff. So good. All right. Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to do some lyrical analysis from what I've just said, but I'm guessing that's Chinchilla, and she's been in the corner the whole time. So, yeah, that must have been fun to shoot. All right, so I'm assuming that's the chorus simply because of the vibe change. If it's not, I'm going to look like an idiot, but again, it's my first time reacting to the song. So, as that chorus unfolds, there's a confession of coping through substitution, little by little, bit by bit, rhythm almost nursery-like in its simplicity, belies the gravity of the act it describes. Then there's this incremental pushing down of pain with a new habit, and that invokes a ceaseless cycle of self-medication, distraction, or addiction, and each habit is a flimsy dam against an unrelenting tide. Even the imagery that is conveyed through the lyrics, there's a tragic honesty in the admission. Relief may not last, but if not for long, just for a while. I suppose for Ren and people who identify, that's consolation enough. The line, "I'll bury myself with a great big smile," that cuts particularly deep, for it suggests not merely masking pain, but ceremoniously entering it beneath a facade of cheerfulness, an act of self-effacement that is both survival strategy and at the same time slow surrender. So what's interesting is when he talks about the smile becomes a gravestone inscription, in my mind, to what's being represented in the song. It's like a polished veneer hiding decay beneath. The refrain that he uses of chalk outlines, it returns now with echoing lyrics like trace and erase. And in this duality lies the chorus's most haunting revelation. To trace oneself is to map identity to assert presence, however faint it may be, because to erase oneself is to efface that presence entirely. And within the metaphor, life is reduced to something provisional, like chalk on pavement. Get it? It's fragile, impermanent, sketch waiting for rain or the careless scuff of a pedestrian's shoe. The communal we that he uses, it sharpens the universality of the plight. This is not one soul's burden, but a collective struggle against erasure. Each one of us at times reduced to outlines of ourselves for whatever reason, through whatever experience. So for me, that chorus captures the paradox of existence under a duress. We draw ourselves in order not to vanish, even as we participate in our own undoing, leaving behind only the ghostly tracings of who we might have been. God, I'm such a nerd. Okay, so let's take it back a bit, and I believe this is where Chinchilla comes in. Isn't Chinchilla an animal? Fairly certain it is. Alright, so let's keep this going. Oh wow, that's a hell of a lyric to start on. Great vocal choices. She's got a stunning voice. Oh, I swear, like, okay, I'm guessing Ren wrote her part as well, because the profundity of the lyrics still carry through. So yeah, let's talk about what we've just heard. Okay, so the verse Chinchilla delivers strikes with a clinical chill. The opening lyrics was super interesting. Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. It's sounding almost like a prescription recited by rote. Yet the wordplay is super clever. When you think about it, the drug and the neurotransmitter entwined in a grim parody of refreshment, as though solace might be swallowed like a cordial. But the injunction that she uses later on, don't cry because there's a pill for everything. And you know, that's very much a cultural reflection, because I find that nowadays the culture is eager to medicalize grief, to smooth away jagged emotion with chemistry, which, as you know, I have my opinions on. And look, it's not a dismissal of medicine's value, but an observation of its seduction, how pharmacology can offer swift reprieve even as it risks reducing the human condition to something mechanized. And there's something so profound about the lines that she sung, because beneath those bars lies an unsettling question. At what cost do we trade tears for tablets and anguish for anesthesia? Just a thought. And the repetition of take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. Ren said something similar earlier. It echoes the first verse, but here sung by obviously a different voice, Chinchilla, and it sharpens into something that I feel is a bit colder. It's more transactional, less plea than directive. The subsequent image, the feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline. That's just, for me, it is devastating in its economy of words. The relief is fleeting, the self anesthetized into numbness, leaving behind only that spectral silhouette. Whereas the first verse framed the outline as a haunting remnant of existence, I feel like this one suggests complicity in self-erasure, a conscious exchange of sensation for void. So with Chinchilla's vocal, the chalk outline ceases to be merely a symbol of death or loss. It becomes the byproduct of survival itself. It's a sketch of what remains once feeling has been chemically dissolved. All right, so let's keep this going. I'm having so much fun reacting and lyrically analyzing all of Ren's content. So I'm going to keep Ren going for as long as you guys like it. Okay, so let's keep this going. Her voice sounds fragile, but she's in complete control. Okay, they're singing together. Bless my blimey. Interesting vibrato from both of them. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh. Yes. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. They're so good. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So when Ren and Chinchilla entwine their voices in the chorus, the effect is rather like, find the words, wordsmith. It's like two brushstrokes of contrasting color laid across the same canvas, distinct in their hue, yet sharing the same texture. So what do I mean by that? Is that one particularly beautiful moment occurs when they synchronize the tempo of their vibrato. So the oscillations aligning like twin heartbeats, creating a shimmer of unity that lifts the lyric beyond mere harmony into something almost corporeal. Yet, very telling is in the next phrase, their vibrato or vibrati diverge, where one quivers faster, the other lingers more languidly. A reminder of individuality resisting the total fusion of those voices. So in the diversity of vocal timbre, we can appreciate their uniqueness. Okay, so let's keep it going. Both of these singers are just absolutely going off, and it's stunning. Okay. Interesting. Well, yep. Yeah, powerful lyrics. Oh. She's singing very much in her head voice. Yeah, and Ren is very much singing within his chest. So very good contrast from both of them vocally. I want to talk about the lyrics again. That's super powerful stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was the bridge. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it may be the bridge. But as this section of the song unfolds lyrically, I think it's a meditation on impermanence, wrapped in the paradoxical beauty of apprehension. when you think of the lyrics, such a perfect day, take it just in case. Like, I remember that because it carries both gratitude and forewarning. When Ren wrote that, it's a savoring moment while bracing for its inevitable dissolution. There is a fragility there in those lyrics. There is a tension between desire and dread, as if happiness itself is a suspect. It's transient and must be hoarded like a precious relic. And for those of us who have experienced depression, you tend to think of happiness in that way. And the repetition of the line, take it just in case, that underscores the nervous vigilance, a lyrical echo that mirrors the human instinct to cling, however fleetingly, but to cling to joy in a world that is always in flux. And yeah, it is. It's quietly devastating. It's a quietly devastating reflection on the temporality of contentment and awareness that beauty and melancholy often walk hand in hand. And something else that was said was the refrain, I'm scared of being okay because all things change. It crystallizes the bridge's existential anxiety. Stability itself, when you think of it, is threatening because it pretends the inevitability of loss. Calling it a beautiful shame is particularly exquisite, transforming regret into aesthetic experience. There is a sorrow that is pleasurable to behold. There is a recognition that imperfection and transience gives life its poignancy. And there's a lot of truth to that. And through the voices of Ren and Chinchilla, this fear is shared and magnified. You notice the intensity of their singing becoming more amplified. And it is both deeply intimate and profoundly isolating. And this section of the song, the lyrics are arguably one of the more powerful ones I've heard. The song captures the bittersweet architecture of existence. And every perfect day is at once a gift and a foreshadowing each moment of calm, which is a prelude to impermanence. Okay, so let's keep it going. The song has been absolutely magnificent. Really great singing. Ooh, a cappella. More attitude from her. Nice. Oh, go Chinchilla. Ooh. Oh. What singing from her. Oh. That was absolutely outstanding. Both of them just went off at the end. Ren a little bit more reserved, but still quite outstanding. Okay, so in summary of everything that I've just heard for the first time in regard to this song, it is an exquisite tapestry of vulnerability and artistry. It is a work that marries lyrical and vocal ingenuity with emotional resonance in a way that is just absolutely staggering, but not unexpected because Ren tends to pull this off. So when you think of, from the intimate confessions of despair to the haunting metaphors of chalk outlines, from the interplay of Ren and Chinchilla's voices to the bridge's meditation of impermanence, every line pulses with honesty and precision. It navigates the delicate transition between resignation and defiance. If you're passionate about music and want to be part of this community, be sure to subscribe so we can continue discovering and appreciating music together. Everything here, by the way, is created independently, and I'm committed to improving the quality, i.e. the sound, the visuals, the editing, and just producing more and better quality content for you. So if you'd like to support the channel's growth, consider visiting my Patreon, buying me a coffee, sending a super thanks, or even becoming a member of this channel. Otherwise, I'm just very happy you're here. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see all of you next time. Take care. Cheers.